Go to our Carr.
We should be singing We Are the Champions.
We are live. Go to our Andrew
We
Carr.
are live. Hello, I am Drew Franklin. Jack Pilgrim, Zack Geoghegan. Jacob went home to Chicago to eat some turkey. We'll miss him, but we're excited to be out here in the cold because the University of Kentucky just won the BBN Invitational, and we're out here to talk about it on a new Rapid Reaction. Tonight we got a sponsor, Friends of Coal. If you want to hang out with Friends of Coal, go to friendsofcoalkentucky.org. You can get on there and learn a lot about the coal industry. They'll tell you all about it. You can volunteer. You can get a sticker. You can get a license plate. All that fun stuff at friendsofcoalkentucky.org. Thanks for sponsoring us. Now let's talk a little ball and some championship. As I just said, Kentucky beat Western to win the BBN Invitational. Let me get my score correct. 87, not 90. Got used to that one. 87-68. We had 3 players in double figures. I got a little closer than we wanted to. Jack and I will break all that down in just a moment. But as usual, we got to get Zack inside to talk to Mark Pope. We do not want you to be late, especially because we're shorthanded tonight. But before you go in, we have a new segment putting you on the spot.
Segment me.
Who is our Friends of Coal player of the game?
Our Friends of Coal player of the game is, drumroll, like we're on the Christmas vacation. Watched that movie last night again. I love it.
Joy
Andrew Carr.
to the world.
You serious, Clark? Andrew Carr. Double-double. I think it's his first double-double of the season. I'm not entirely sure on that. I didn't check on my way down here. 18 points, 10 rebounds for the big man. I said in our pregame walk over here that I wanted him to kind of assert himself. Kentucky couldn't hit the broadside of a barn from deep today. I think 8 for 26. Fewest amount of threes all season long for Kentucky, but they supplemented that by going inside. They did a little too much Amari Williams maybe focusing in ISO. I'm sure they will talk about his problems during this game. He did a little bit better down the stretch.
And a few complaints.
Yeah, but Andrew Carr was great, honestly, from start to finish. When the shots weren't falling, they fed him inside a little bit. He was working himself against those WKU bigs. They really didn't stand much a chance against him, even as awkward as it looked at times when Andrew Carr's going up for those weird little hook shots or anything. They go in or he gets fouled. So a great night from him overall. And one more thing I'll add before I get out of here.
Yeah, have at it.
The free throws. Like I just said, Andrew Carr shot a bunch of them. UK shot and made a season high in free throws tonight. They lived there. WKU, if we're being honest, they probably could have sent Kentucky to the foul line 80 times. I mean, they were kind of beating the hell out of them down there for a little bit. But Kentucky overcame it. They shot a lot of free throws, made a bunch of them, and that's kind of how the game ended. So, and WKU shot 4 of whatever from 3.
4 of 26, not good.
Not very good.
A team that shoots the 3 pretty well, going 4 of 26, a little surprised. As close it was there for a while, but we'll get all into that.
It's not too much pace tonight as we thought. So, but it was that's if you want to see what Kentucky looks like when they don't hit threes, they still win by 19 points. So,
oh yeah.
I think it could be a lot worse. I'm going to go talk to Mark Pope, see what he has to say.
All right, thanks for doing that. Tell Mark Pope we said hello. Now I'm here with my friends of cold because it's very cold outside. Jack Pilgrim.
Terribly.
If it looks like
cold.
I'm on my phone a lot, it's because I am. I'm trying something new. We always talk to fans out here, but I'm trying to pull up the live stream to read comments. Right now I think it's working. Like Brett, for instance, says, glad they can score even if the shots aren't falling, not sharts. So give us comments tonight. I'm going to try to read them. It's working right now. There it is. Can we get your thoughts on the game?
Thoughts on the game? We're not shooting.
Or thoughts on going to Tally Ho in college?
That was the best time.
We had great times. Yes, good to see you again.
Good to see you
How
again
fun was
today.
tonight?
So much fun. I think even though we shot poorly, I'm still impressed by 45 points at halftime. Pretty poor offensive first half, but overall, fun time. Go Cats, get 9 this year, baby. Let's go.
See a lot more games this year, senior round. Of course, you'll see lots of it because it's lots of fun. Rupp was packed tonight. A little bit of Western in there, but it was pretty much full to the ceiling. Our little end zone might have had 2 rows at the top, but it was a good crowd tonight, Jack Pilgrim. Now let's get into that first half because that wasn't exactly fun. At one point, or not at one point, at halftime, Amari Williams had 4 of the team's 7 turnovers. It seemed like whenever he touched it, something went wrong. He was 0 for 3 from field at halftime. Western did a really good job of just jamming up UK's offense. They also foul a lot. Looked like an old Rick Pitino team just slapping everyone. But Kentucky couldn't get the rhythm they've been used to getting into. So it just kind of threw off everything. Had to go on attack mode there for a while with Ortega and the guys.
I don't know if this was like a turkey and gravy stuffing, kind of just preparing, a little sluggish for the Cats. I don't know if they got a little head start on Thanksgiving. Didn't like some of the body language early. Amari Williams, when he was kind of getting out of his groove, didn't like the way he responded. So it just, they mucked stuff up. WKU's a really, really well-coached team. You knew that they were going to throw some exotic defenses and try to get them out of their game. Andrew Carr talked about it yesterday, talking to the media, said we kind of expect WKU to try to get us out of our game, and by the looks of things, 26 threes just taken overall. We just heard Mark Pope a couple games ago say that 25 was not enough. That's not acceptable for this program. It's not what our identity is going to be. And follow that up with another 26 shot effort, only making 8 of them for the first time this season, not hitting the 10 3-point barrier. So just really ugly, sluggish game. And this is what you kind of wanted to see, I think, Drew, where we've seen them make a ton of threes. We've seen what the offense looks like when it's a well-oiled machine. What about when it doesn't? Like, what happens when, the defense throws a wrench into your plans and says, all right, try to navigate this way? How do you overcome adversity? We saw a little bit against Duke, but even still, they were able to get the shots that they really wanted. This was the first time this season that we really saw things kind of crumble for Kentucky. So I kind of like the 19-point win and the way they were able to respond, especially down the stretch. They were able to kind of separate the lead. It felt like every time I looked up at the box at the Jumbotron, it was 8 points, 7 points, 9 points, just kind of hanging around, never close enough to be worried, but still hanging around, and they were able to spread the lead late. That fatigue set in for WKU, foul trouble, and then obviously the depth really started to help Kentucky out. So I liked the ugliness, if you will.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to try that again? We weren't quite ready. Can we try that again?
Yeah. Come on, give them a go, Cats.
Come on, help us out here.
Go Cats.
Nice.
Yeah, well done.
Nice.
The YouTube comments want to know where you got your sweater, Jack.
Acros Blue Vault, the greatest.
Oh, yeah.
The greatest vintage. I believe they're going to be at KS Bar on Friday, so if you want stuff like this, make sure you go buy at KS Bar on Friday. They're the absolute best, the best vintage retro UK basketball store in the world.
Jacob's in the comments says hello. We miss you, Jacob. Back to takeaways from the game. Going into this year, we knew live by the 3, die by the 3. So far, not dying at anything, still winning. But I like tonight we saw Butler and Oweh especially getting the rim, especially in the first half. They each had a really tough finish, kind of close together. But Butler especially was drawing fouls. I think it's 8 of 12 from the line. So we wondered if anyone could just take guys off the dribble and get to the rack. I know it was Western, they're a little smaller, but those two did a great job of that. It kind of helps alleviate some of those questions we had coming to the year about who's able to do that.
And then defensively, they were tremendous as well. I remember bucket getter was a phrase thrown around pretty often this offseason. Hey, does Kentucky have a guy that can beat you off the dribble, that can just kind of put his head down and say, all right, it's my time to shine. I'm going to kind of take the game over and score. That's exactly what Lamont and Otega both did when things really got ugly. And Andrew Carr, we saw him do the exact same thing against Duke when Kentucky needed a bucket whenever things slowed down against Duke. He was the go-to guy. Andrew Carr emerging again. Is he going to be kind of the guy that we're kind of leaning on whenever things get tight at the end of games?
I thought we'd see more of that coming up to this point. Like Zach was saying, it's kind of his big breakout game at Rupp. One of the reasons Kentucky was able to hold on when they weren't doing much offensively is Western star player Don McHenry did not play well at all. He was 3 for 16 from the field. I think he took those 3 shots in the first minute. My man came out firing. I even wrote that he's trying to set a Rupp Arena field goal attempt record in there. But that's a guy that scores a lot of points for them, averages 17 and a half. I said 21, 21, and 23 in 3 of their last 4 games. So for Kentucky to hold him to 3 of 16, that was a big win. And then their big guy, Faye, he actually had a great game. I think he only missed 1 shot. It was a 3 that he shouldn't have taken. He was hitting his free throws, giving UK trouble inside. And Amari, even though he didn't have a great night for UK, big moment in the second half where Amari called his own ISO, which it seems like Amari did that a lot tonight. I think Amari likes Amari getting the ball. But there was a big moment in the game where he drew that 5th foul and on Faye and got him out of the game. And that kind of, there's a sigh of relief around Rupp Arena when the big fella had to go to the bench on the other side.
Yeah, you may have heard a big sigh of relief from section 290 or whatever we are.
I think we're 390, maybe 490.
Something. We're on the roof up there at these games. But yeah, I felt it as well. You wanted to see that 2 top 15 tempos coming into this season, so you knew that the game was the pace was going to be high. The thing was, they're not very efficient offensively, so you kind of expected some of those shooting woes. There's kind of a narrative that this was going to be the game that maybe WKU would start to find their shot a little bit because they have been playing with pace. They have been launching shots. They just haven't been making them. That absolutely did not happen. For once again, a 6th straight game, Kentucky holds the opposing team to under 40% shooting. That's the magic number for Mark Pope, holding under that 39% barrier. So you really love to see that even when things aren't working for them offensively necessarily, they're able to lock in and really make plays defensively. Otega and Lamont obviously being the catalyst for that.
Some other fun from Rupp Arena as I get this gum off my shoe or whatever this is. You mentioned our seats being up high. Dickie Lyons was the Y tonight. night, and I turned to Jack and said, that's Darren Feldhouse. They look nothing alike, nowhere close to each other in age, but that's kind of where we are at these games. It's like, oh, Darren Feldhouse is here, and then they announced Dickie Lyons is the Y. Pretty cool seeing Dickie Lyons back, though. He's fan favorite on the football side. Another special guest in the crowd, little Jasper Johnson in there, popping in, checking on his future team. Robbie Moss brought him out to midcourt and introduced him to the fans. He wasn't the Y, but he's still got a loud roar from BBN when they found out Jasper was in the crowd. He got his moment there. That was pretty cool to see.
Love Jasper, love Dickie Lyons. We talked about it. Dickie, a character. We're big Dickie Lyons fans over here, but Jasper, it was really cool to see him back from Atlanta at OTE for his last season of high school basketball, to be able to kind of get soak in the roar from Big Blue Nation. Really one of the biggest pops, in my opinion, the entire night. That was awesome. Malachi, it's kind of funny, has been, I think, at every single home game up to this point, and we haven't gotten him introduced. So it's like, dang, I feel like Malachi has deserved his own pop. That's obviously going to come. I believe he was playing tonight as this game was going on. So keep your eye out on that. I believe that we're going to get him here at some point, Malachi, to get the same ovation, and then obviously with Caden Lewis, and maybe we'll see what happens with Caleb Wilson if that happens sooner rather than later.
Yeah, let's get that done. You with the blue hair, you got anything to add, or are you just rocking some blue hair?
I forgot to mention Derek Miller was here today, too.
See? Didn't even know. I probably thought he was John Wall.
I saw him up on the Jumbotron, but yeah, Derek Miller was here as well.
Nice. What about you? You were here, got rocking the blue hair,
rocking
short sleeves in the cold.
Representing 240, We were chilling for the chicken biscuits. We were that close at the very end to get the chicken biscuits.
Do you come to a lot of games?
I try to.
Nice.
Yep.
How about this energy and just the excitement around Pope? Even though this wasn't a 100-point effort, still some fun in there.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it brings back the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just old enough to remember the late 90s when Pope was involved, so.
We'll keep bringing that blue hair, man. We'll get you a coat. It's almost December, but thanks for hopping on here, and good to see you.
Y'all have a good one.
And with that, I think we'll start singing We Have the Chance. Oh, hold on. One more person over here. Get in here, Elijah. This is, if you listen to the KSR pregame show, this is who came in and pinched my nose to get free tickets. I'm not sure how I felt about that contest Matt created, but did you have fun after just walking into the bar and grabbing my face during the radio show?
That was very awkward, but a great time at the game tonight, a great time at KS Bar, so thanks for letting me squeeze your nose, take you down a peg, whatever I got to do.
Are you thrilled that we're BBN Invitational champions? Pope said he's going to start bringing banners back. We got one tonight.
That's what I'm saying. Honestly, like in March, Pope can just go home and watch Little House on the Prairie. We've got the banner we're looking for. We're all good.
He's over here cooking a little bit. We might want to give you your own podcast. But thanks for popping in. We're going to go back inside, maybe catch the end of Pope, or at least ask Zack Geoghegan what he saw from there. Or you can watch it here on the YouTube, KSR YouTube channel when we get it up in just a few minutes. Again, we want to thank Friends of Coal. Go to friendsofcoalkentucky.org to learn more about coal and everything they do for the coal industry. Get your sticker or a license plate if you're feeling crazy. Jack Pilgrim, we're champions.
We are the champions.
What's next?
Friend.
A little Georgia State on Friday? Everyone have good turkey between now and then. Keep going to KentuckySportsRadio.com and all that stuff. He'll have more sources say, more football stuff with the Louisville game coming on. It's a busy week, even though it's a holiday, so stick with us around KSR, and thanks for watching us tonight. We're going to go inside. Go Cats, we're champions.